Hi there. Here's Simon and Martin again, your relationship coaches. Here's another episode of working out your relationship. And today we're going to talk about repair.
When I think about repair, the first thing that comes to my mind is building trust. And I think about like, how do we circle back when we've made a mistake? How do we circle back when something's hurt us? And when we are able to do that, there is trust that's built in that relationship. And I think that's really key and important. And yet, a lot of us grew up, or a lot of us operate out of the default of, if I just ignore that, it's going to go away, or we'll just keep moving on. I know that's a common phrase right now, like, I'm over it. In reality, most people aren't over it. They just have moved on from that time frame. So today we're going to talk about how to do repair so that you actually can get over it.
So one of the things that's really important is, when you think about what is the purpose of repair, right? The purpose of repair is to own your stuff, but also to reconnect with the person that you've hurt or that you've been hurt by in a way that really is authentic, that's real, and that really leads to that reconnecting behavior. When we don't do that, we actually have an ability to build more and more resentment over time. And especially if this happens over and over and over again, that resentment then becomes, can be very critical to the other person. And so we want to really, how do we squelch that right now when we don't need to hold on to it?
Yeah, the other thing is if you are in the moment and you can catch kind of that ouch, that hurt in the moment, that repair can happen right away. Or if you need some time apart, take a little break, that repair can happen later. The timing actually doesn't matter if you're in the right mindset. So one quick way that if you're catching it in the middle and both people have the capacity to work it out in that moment is to simply ask for a redo. Like if I am talking to Simon and I'm snarky or snippy at him and we both catch it, then it's like, oh, wait a minute. Okay, I'm going to completely step back to square one and present this information or interact with you in a way out of my integrity in the way that I want to.
And so we're going to actually do an example. Right as we were setting up, we had some issues where my computer broke, and we had to use a different computer. And then I was kind of already kind of charged, and so that came across poorly, let's just say. And so this is how we would do repair. So Lauren, I know that I was really emotional, and I'm wondering if this is a good time to kind of talk about that.
Yes.
So I want you to know that I felt really bad that my computer broke when it dropped, and I was really emotionally charged and really had a lot of frustration about trying to set up and trying to get things right. And I just want you to know that that's what I was experiencing.
Mm-hmm. So if I hear you, you were experiencing a lot of emotional charge because of the fact that your computer just broke and you had all the emotions going on around that. Did I get it?
Yeah, you did. And so when I felt that way, it felt like everything then was kind of coming against me rather than really saying, okay, I need to take a breath, I need to stop. And I want you to know I really apologize to you for kind of lashing out at you because you did nothing wrong. This was mine. I dropped the computer, I dropped the stuff, computer broke because of me, and all the other stuff was just a relationship to the anger I was already feeling.
Thank you for apologizing.
So that's just an example, a quick example of how that can help. And one of the things you can see is, one, we're making an appointment. Two, I'm taking time to actually prepare myself for that repair so that I'm not coming in emotionally charged. And I've actually kind of been aware, a little self-awareness about what happened, why it happened, and what I was feeling. And then being able to communicate that out of my own integrity and authenticity to say, I really am sorry, because that's not what I want to be. That's not what I want to direct tomorrow.
Yeah. The other thing that I noticed is that when Simon was charged and directing that energy and that anger toward me, he was using words like always, never, and like pointing the finger at me. And I noticed in your repair in the redo, you were doing this and you were talking about yourself and owning what was going on with you instead of the always and never.
Now, this takes practice, and some of you are looking at this and saying, well, that can never happen. I can tell you, just by taking a few steps, even just taking a breath in the moment to just become self-aware of what's actually going on inside me, rather than pointing the finger at somebody else or the situation, can do amazing things in reframing what's actually happening and being able to take ownership. And some of us have a hard time taking ownership. And if that's a struggle for you, let us know, because we would love to help you kind of work through that. And we do some coaching one-on-one to try and help with that. Thanks for listening to this another episode of Working Out Your Relationship. I hope you found this helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we look forward to our next episode.